Yeah, to add it. Yeah,
add the title and
yeah,
the comment.
yeah. First of all, let me start off by saying, um, I'm upset. I'm upset because wait, close unused applications. Because fate what?
So we were running for the
Facebook makes this really awkward. I used to be able to click the live button and then go live. That's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else. I'm sorry. I was frustrated. But we going live, baby.
Live, baby.
What's going on, y'all? Zay with Kinetic Training.
I forgot my name.
Chris.
I think it's Chris. And I'm also with Kinetic Training. It's been a long day, y'all. But really excited. I'm really excited and passionate about commitment. We're gonna discuss commitment.
Why are we gonna discuss why? I don't know. I don't
specifically your commitment.
Okay.
To whatever it is that you trying to get towards, move towards. Commitment and fitness. Let's talk about commitment and fitness.
Okay, we know a little something about that.
Oh shit. I'll be right back.
Well, as I tune in, I'm gonna fill in the blank here and discuss.
Yeah. So. Oh man.
I can't even explain.
Can we start this over? Delete this one and start over.
That's the rewind button. This never.
So, commitment specifically to your goals and fitness, right? Because I mean, we're fitness people. So, I guess define what commitment is. What is it? The state.
What is the actual definition
of being dedicated to a cause or an activity? Now, that's how I understand it. But an engagement or obligation that restricts freedom of action. For some of us, yeah. You chose a goal, and in order to get it, you have to restrict things that you are doing or are not. Restrict to things that you're not doing in order to achieve that goal. So yeah. I guess you know what one of my biggest pet peeves is.
What?
Cheating. One of my biggest pet peeves is cheating. Because most people don't. When I hear commitment, I hear relationship.
Okay.
And everything is a relationship, right? So like a relationship to your partner, a relationship to your friends, a relationship to the gym, to your goal, whatever that is, right? And then commitment and cheating just don't make sense. And let me put that in perspective. Cheat meals, cheat reps. Basically knowing
cheating the process.
Basically knowing that you're trying to take a shortcut around something. Now, will it work? For some people, yeah. But then again, for some people, there's cheating and the relationship still holds, right? So I'm speaking of fitness. I don't know what y'all be doing out there. I'm speaking directly to fitness.
I can't. When I hear commitment, so like big shout out to Phil, guaranteed results. A quote that I first heard from him was, "It's a lifestyle, not a hobby." And that's always resonated with me because I think in regards to fitness, a lot of times when people get into it for the seasons, and I think when they do that, they don't have a strong enough reason to stay. So I can't tell you how many times I've had interactions, conversations with individuals where they'll say, hey, I need to lose 30 pounds. Great. But then when I ask why, the reason is so much surface level that it doesn't have any true intrinsic value, any kind of inner working. So like, there's nothing tying to them other than the vainness of being or having a more aesthetic body.
Okay.
Right? So
I guess that can hold for some people.
No, it can if it really truly means that much. But for generally speaking, it's like it won't work for a vast majority of individuals. So a lot of times when I'm working with someone, it's like, yes, that's great. Having aesthetic goals is that's okay, right? It's okay. It's great. But like if you're an individual who's finding yourself continuously, like say starting the journey and then stopping the journey and then starting again, then to me that tells me that whatever that goal is isn't valuable enough.
And to me, it says that you're not committed.
Right. So it's not committed. You're not committed to.
And I want to make very clear, as previously stated in what was it, expectations.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an attack. There's not a right or wrong to this, right?
Correct.
Or right. There's not a good or bad, because there's right and wrong as you're moving towards your particular goal, right?
Correct.
But like it's not saying, oh, shame on you because you're not committed. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
So Zay is saying that you didn't value it as much as you may have valued other things.
Correct.
That's okay. I'm saying you weren't committed to the goal as much as you are committed to other things.
So let me piggyback off that, which is fair because I think a lot of times, so I can't tell how many consultations that I've had, but when I've sat with people, I don't think sometimes they recognize what goes into you're starting a whole new lifestyle. It's essentially what you're doing because, and it's, I'm gonna be fully transparent, the behaviors, the routines, the habits in which you've already had instilled aren't conducive to the goals that you have.
So it's not just you have to build new goals, you also have to break down.
You have to break the ones that you've had to build the new ones. Because
not goals, new habits.
New habits, yeah, and routines. Because you can't have new goals with previous habits.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
Right.
So what people get upset with, or they realize it's harder than they thought, is when they have these new goals and they don't want to change their habits, their routines, their behaviors. Or they think they can get the new goals by having the old behaviors. And it's like, it doesn't work that way.
I mean, that's a whole nother discussion we can go into. A goal, what is it?
But I'm saying as far as like the topic of commitment goes, it's like, that's usually what I tell people to do first.
I'm trying to think
about all the things, trying to flash forward. But I tell them, like, consider all the factors that go into the journey, which is why I tell them, like, seek a profession. Like, if you have no idea what you're doing, don't try to, like, this is not as easy as changing a light bulb. It's really not. It can be, but it's like you're too close to it.
See him turning?
You're too close to it. You ever see those paintings where you can't really see the picture until you take a step back?
Yep.
Sometimes you might need a professional to help guide you in that process, right? Because you're too far into your own life to be able to, or too involved into your own life to be able to. I don't even know. Am I making sense?
Yeah. So I think part of that is back to our original discussion about expectations. I think part of your goal setting, expectations, and expectation of commitment. All right. So I'm just gonna say this. For most people, it's not that you don't work hard. Is that you don't do hard work when it's required. And again, not an attack.
Now you're gonna have to repeat that one, bro. I don't know if they heard you on that one.
It's not that you don't. It's not that you don't do hard work. And what I mean is, it's not that you don't work hard. There's a difference between doing hard work and working hard, right? And I'm specifically assigning hard work to stuff that you're probably not good at. So it's difficult for you to get that done.
AKA introducing new habits and routines.
And working hard as something you're good at so you can be more efficient in.
Correct.
Now, it's not that you don't work hard. It's that you don't do the hard work when it's required. And again, not an attack, because I'm sure there's other stuff that you're focused on. But the more specific your goal becomes, and the closer that you move toward that goal, the more hard work that's required. It's just unavoidable.
I heard, so one of my favorite motivational speakers of all time, I think motivation is BS, but that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother topic, is Eric Thomas. And a lot of times he'll talk about the commitment to the process. And one of his favorite or famous lines or quotes is, "How bad do you want it?" Right? And when I think about commitment, that is usually the first question I'm now asking, even to myself, to my clients, is how bad do you essentially want the thing that you say you want? Because your habits, your routines, those are going to be reflective of it. Because you can't tell me you want to lose. And again, let me preface by saying, although what I'm about to say might sting a little bit,
now, you know what?
It's not.
You don't get any more disclaimers. There's no more disclaimers.
Nah, this is only our second one, bro. We gotta give the disclaimer.
That's it.
This is only our second one.
We broke the ice with the first one.
No, let's give him. I gotta give him this one too.
All right.
I'm gonna give him this one.
You'll get no disclaimers next
Although
time.
it might sting what I'm gonna say. It's truly coming from the heart, and it's not. Again, it's not personal. If you do not remain committed, then you don't want it. I don't care what excuse you fill that answer with. No, you don't.
Oh.
You don't. It's there's some things in the world that are absolutely binary. Yes or no. Do or don't. Yeah. There's some things that are like, I'm not saying everything, there's some gray areas, right, we deal with, but there's some things, and I think when it comes to success and like your commitment to success, there's going to be trials, tribulations that you have to go through. Especially if you're talking about new behaviors, new changes, etc. If you're gonna stop or you're gonna quit, like the best way to get to your goal is to stop quitting. Things are gonna get hard. Expect them to be hard.
That took me a minute to catch.
Expect it to be difficult. But like, if you're gonna quit every time gets tough, then one of the things I realize is that quitting becomes a habit.
It's easy.
It becomes easier to quit. So if you quit every time things get difficult, it's only going to make it that much easier for you to quit. And if you disagree, you're probably the person I'm talking to. I'm being real, right? I can find somewhere.
That's a skill. It's a muscle.
It becomes a skill. Exactly.
You get the more you flex it, the better that gets.
And I'm not saying, by no means am I saying that I don't have areas in my life that I don't need work at. Right. So like I'm not your guru. Like
fitness just happens to be higher on the list for us.
Correct. Like
fitness, depending on what it is that you're searching for in fitness, there's different tiers to that. But yeah.
Right. Like so full transparency, I hate cardio. I hate getting my heart rate up. Nobody likes their chest beating like I don't like it. It's uncomfortable.
20 rep squats. I'll do squats, but I'm not running no miles.
No, I don't like it.
I sprint. But
and here's the thing. Here's why I don't like it. Because I'm not good at it.
That's facts.
Like, let's be real. I'm not good at it.
Absolute facts.
Right? I got asthma. I got pre-existing conditions, right?
I'm just heavy, guys. I got extra fat. Like, I'm heavy. Running all that mile.
No, it's different. But here's the thing. In my profession, I absolutely know all the benefits to it. So that's even worse. Like, I know all the things I can get from being.
So you eventually you gain a level of knowledge or experience or skill that allows you to take shortcuts. Back to the idea of cheating. Kind of like, I know the benefit, but if I just do this instead, it's a shortcut. You're cheating yourself.
You can't cheat the process. You can't cheat commitment. You just can't, because once you feel like, or you try to cheat commitment, you get further and further from the goal. My favorite perspective is to think like this. If you're running up against a challenge and you're frustrated with you not being where you want to be, it is because you are unwilling to address that challenge. The thing that you're avoiding the most, if addressed, will get you past that challenge. I hope that made sense.
I think it's really important as we discuss this and future topics, that you realize that we are not the type of people to make you feel good about not doing the things
You're gonna go there.
I'm gonna go there.
You're gonna go there. All right. I mean,
because there's enough people for that. There's enough people out there making you feel good about not doing the stuff that you should be doing, and I'm super glad that they're out there because they fill a void that I can't. There's things you need to hear. You know, I had a discussion with a friend about willpower a long time ago, and the idea was willpower is finite. And more recently, I'm changing my perspective. It's not that willpower is finite. It's that willpower is not multi-directional.
Ooh.
It's this
okay
or that. You can't do
both.
You can't do both efficiently.
I agree.
And if you're spending your resources inefficiently, then you typically don't get what it is that you're looking for. So in line with commitment, willpower, you call it whatever you want to call it. There's stuff you have to do in order to get to where you're going. And I'm not saying you can't have fun doing it. I'm not saying that you need to be absolutely restrictive. But I am saying the more detailed or the further you plan on going, the more committed you have to be to that process.
If you truly want to be great at what it is that you're doing, like, you have to understand it's gonna seem a little crazy to some people, right?
Everybody that's not you, or everybody who doesn't understand what it is that you're doing.
Right. So like I remember, so even in my journey with linking up with Chris and Jeff, shout out to Jeff, on our journey with KT, when we set forth to do it, there's absolutely things we didn't know, and we still don't know.
There's absolutely things we didn't like.
There's absolutely things we didn't like. Exactly. But our commitment was to serve our community. Our commitment was to provide education, resources, and tools for those individuals who may not have access to it. To be a mediator between the fitness industry and the general population. That's essentially what our committed goal was.
That's why we so against detox teas.
You had to throw it in there. I'm not mad at it. I just was curious. You know what I'm saying?
Next time, we'll get there. I'm just going to throw it in on every...
But it's like, so here's the thing. So like when we sat down and we talked about it, we literally had a heart-to-heart, a bro moment and said, what is your goal with this, though? Like, how much, like, because we're in it for the long run, right? It wasn't something I wanted to do part-time forever. Because then I felt like I was doing myself a disservice. I felt like I was doing my teammates a disservice. I had to be all in with this.
You couldn't be fully committed to your goal. And you couldn't, there's no way you'd be where you are if you weren't able. So here's a really important consideration. Having the resources that allow you to be committed to your goal 100%. Right? So you can be partially committed to your goal and get partial credit. And because you only have so many resources, so many in line with your priorities. I have these other commitments that I have to prioritize above what it is I'm doing in fitness. Absolutely okay. I think you should change your goals or your mindset towards reaching the goal for the moment until you can reprioritize. But if you don't have the resources to commit, it don't make sense to get married if nothing else is going well in the relationship.
It's truth and honesty, but with self, right? If you can't be truthful or honest with yourself, it doesn't make sense. Like, you got to really ask yourself how bad do you want it? Like, what is your commitment level here? Because it's easy to say you're committed when things are going well, right? Work's going all right, ain't got no drama in your relationship, kids are off at school or they're doing well, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it makes it's so much easier when you have no other things going on. But then now when the times get tough, say you lose your job, are you still committed to that goal? You lose your relationship, are you still committed to that goal? And I'm not saying that it's not okay to take a step back. it's not okay
Absolutely.
to reevaluate what it is that goal is. But at the end of the day, like if my goal was say body weight or body composition, I want to lose 30 pounds, right? Whatever that is, I want to lose 30. If I lose my job at work, it does make it more difficult. Now I'm worried about other things.
Makes it easier. Now you can't afford food.
I'm dead.
True story.
That's a whole nother topic, though, right? Again, when he was talking about resources on your journey, but like at the end of the day, you have to live with yourself. You owe it to yourself to be honest. And it's like if you're going to set out on your journey, and again, we're talking more so fitness, but it could be related to anything. How are you really truly committed to the process?
I want to achieve this level in my career. I want to achieve this level of. I see relationship goals all the time.
Oh, like memes and videos.
What are you doing to achieve that? Like, there's a level of commitment, and this is why I think like cheating just doesn't make sense within fitness. Like cheat meals, cheat days. To me, that's completely. Psychologically, it's off-putting to what the relationship is with food, with fitness. Would you cheat in a intimate relationship?
I think it's a negative perspective, personally.
Right.
Because
so
if
cheating,
it's a
why
part
would
of
you
my
cheat on your nutrition? Why would you cheat?
If it's a part of my lifestyle, then it's not cheating. I think cheating in itself, the word has a negative connotation, right? So now think about it.
Could it be a positive? Could you possibly cheat positively?
No, you can't. That's what I'm saying. But you can't. So it's like it has a negative demeanor to it. So you can't. So imagine how difficult in itself adjusting your lifestyle is. Take a second. Imagine that how difficult changing habits, behaviors, routines is in itself. Now you're going to add negative self-talk to the mix. So now so think about it. You ate clean 4 days out of 7, right?
I hate clean too. I'm sorry. I
hate
that
yeah,
word. I hate that
I
word.
guess so. For our audience here, when I say clean, I'm referring to your conscious, your understanding of the nutritional value of the foods that you're consuming, right? And then say one day you eat a food that's, let's say, been demonized, right? So
let's say you have pizza.
Right.
You've been eating salads all week, and then
now you have pizza, and then now you'll say, "Hey, this is my cheat meal."
What's that say about the rest of your?
Because I've seen people now feel like they have to work that off, or now they feel like they have to go twice as hard in the gym because they've had that, or they got to go run 5 miles to burn it off, which doesn't work that way, by the way, guys. But that's a negative mindset to have because now every time you cheat on your meals, you're going to try to correct it. There's nothing wrong with it if you've accounted for it, right? So like, I know days, this true story, days that I eat pizza, I don't eat breakfast. That's just me, right? Because I know if I order a cheese pizza from Domino's, right, just cheese, it's about 320 calories per slice.
You're right.
Yo, it's about 320 to 350 per slice. And I know I eat all 8.
I'm running through my data bank. Yeah,
I eat all 8 slices by myself. I still am under my caloric intake for the day. But that's something that I do. It's okay if I go over. It's okay I stay under. But like, that's what works for me.
There's relationship strategies in which commitment to that strategy, that relationship, does not void the terms of that relationship, right? And is not synonymous with cheating. So Zay's strategy in developing or managing and building his relationship with food is a way to continue to build habits and reinforce his commitment.
Correct. And just to add that, so I'll say my philosophy is I don't believe in good or bad food. I don't. Simply because eating one apple doesn't make you healthy.
And if you eat a bunch of apples and the apple seeds, now you got cyanide.
Eating a slice of pizza also doesn't mean you're unhealthy. It's a spectrum. Anything in repetition then becomes a behavior, and then we can globally say or holistically say whether or not that habit is negative or positive.
I'm gonna start telling people, sorry, why are we doing so many reps? Because anything repetition
becomes
behavior.
Becomes behavior. We're gonna do more, and you're gonna get better at it. We call it skill acquisition. You're gonna get better at this skill because, and it's super interesting because I used to work where I used to work. I would have a slice of pizza, and you're a trainer,
right?
So
I know what I'm doing.
I can't have a slice of pizza. I like pizza.
So your commitment, right? One requires resources,
correct,
and requires constant attention.
That's like attention, reflection, gratitude. I think all of that,
whatever it is, not just fitness, whatever
right?
It is.
I think all of that plays a heavy part into your commitment because then you have to, again, going back to reevaluating where you are in that process.
And when you reevaluate, when you assess your progress, considering your commitment, it should always be in a positive light. There should always be a positive reinforcement to what it is that you're doing. So the idea that, I had pizza, I messed up, that's not what happened. I had pizza, and this is part of my strategy as I grow and build, and my commitment hasn't changed. I'm keeping it in the realm of nutrition and fitness because I'm not trying to give y'all advice that I don't have any repercussions for. So yeah.
So I think true commitment takes a level of ownership. You're accepting the fact that all of the choices you make are in and of itself your choice. You're also taking ownership of the things that are happening to you and how you respond. Because you can't always control things that happen to you, but you can control how you respond to them. That tells me that you have a certain level of commitment to whatever that process is or whatever that goal is. I think that's so if you're finding yourself stuck on, I read on Facebook earlier when I was scrolling through, like, when people ask for other people to help them keep accountable,
I need a trainer to keep me accountable.
It's super interesting to me.
That's not how it works.
Because if that individual is now reframing their perspective and saying, hey, I am now committed to making fitness a part of my lifestyle, think about how many other people you now influence in a positive manner. Like needing somebody else to work out with you in order for you to go and work out is interesting to me. Like, do you need other people to brush your teeth with you?
I get.
I don't. It doesn't make sense.
I get the idea of I need somebody to do this.
Well, so
I have better workouts when there's people here.
But that's different.
Right?
Listen to what you just said.
I was going to work out anyway.
You're going to work out anyways. You have better workouts.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying it's okay to think like, hey, I would like someone to join me. But if you make that your sole reason of whether or not you go,
then you might, yeah.
Then I'm telling you that your perspective is off.
Almar, you almost threw me off, bro. Back in college, bro. Almar, you almost threw me off. I had to wait for you and John. Man, I would have never got.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Nah, I love y'all.
Because I got friends who are upset because they can't get anybody else to go to the gym with them.
Oh, you just at the wrong gym.
But then I'm like,
come here.
I'm like, hold up. So you can't be mad that nobody wants to take your journey with you. It's your journey.
It's your responsibility.
It's your responsibility to take ownership for that. That's like me getting mad at Chris because I can't deadlift 600.
But
I mean, well, if he was my coach, then I can get mad. But
it is absolutely reasonable for you to partner with someone to better assess.
Yes.
But so basically, what I'm saying is, most of y'all are poor analyzers. Like you don't know, you don't have the right measurement, you're not using the right tool, and that's okay. It's kind of, if you weren't taught that, then of course you wouldn't have that.
Right.
It's okay for you to reach out to somebody to help you analyze that.
Correct.
And I think that's something you should do, especially if you're having trouble with it.
Right.
But to pass off all of the responsibilities to that person,
yes,
it's not their commitment.
So I'm gonna take it a step further, just because we on a roll with it. That's a victim mindset.
I gotta leave the chat for this one.
Go ahead, be my guest. I'm saying what ends up happening is it's so much easier to place blame on other things, other people, other situations, because what does it do? It takes away from your ability to take ownership. Ownership is a scary. Like I'm being 100%. Taking ownership of things that are out of your control is a scary position to be in. It is, and sometimes it feels like it's not fair. Why should I have to take ownership? I didn't do anything wrong. Absolutely, like it's a scary place to be in. However, when you are in control of your narrative, that's when you start seeing life-changing, just life-changing events, whether it be your own personal life, or like career, or people that are around you. Like you'll find out when you're putting that kind of energy into the world, then it gets sent back to you. Now, without going on like a whole woo-woo train, right? But like, I truly believe in, like, if you're truly in this space, in this environment that we call Earth, right? And your lifetime here, and you're seeking further development of yourself, if you're seeking to develop those that are around you, then I truly believe you then get that back tenfold.
So if you take that action.
Correct. So if you now, like all of the challenges that are now placed before you, if you then step out into the realm of uncomfortability and say, you know what, I've made a commitment to better myself. I made a commitment to own up to what I set forth to do. And you do that, that can cause generational changes.
I'm still going to keep it with nutrition and fitness, because that's not something, to that respect, right? So that's not something that was taught to me. It's something I had to learn over time.
Because even for me, for example, right? So me getting involved in the fitness to the degree that I am, I now then can pass this knowledge on to friends, to family, to children. You get what I'm saying? So like healthier habits, people get to live healthier lives because I decided to live a healthier life. Does that make sense?
You now have mental, physical wealth.
Right. Like I've created my own source of income for self.
Yep.
Whether it be any of those dynamics. So then now the goal, and this is why we do this, right? This is why we do this. Because I can't have this conversation all the time with every one of my clients, with every one of my friends, every one of my family members.
Yeah.
I can't. So
we don't, besides the time.
Right.
But it's just not. It's easy for the individual you're having this conversation with to take it personally when that's not the intent. Like, it's not, but it's not an attack. So I guess not personally. It's easy for the individual you're having the conversation with to take it as an attack when it's more critique.
Yeah. And
it's like, here's information that you don't have that you need to know. And in part because people are telling you otherwise. So I went to a seminar or workshop one time, and he opened up by saying, well, I'll paraphrase because he said it a little more aggressively. Yeah. But essentially what he said was, I don't care about you feeling good. I care about you actually being good. Sounds like something I said.
Yeah, that too. Very similar.
It's not my job. It's not my job to make you feel good. It's my job to do good for you.
Right. Like
it's your job to make you feel
some
good.
Things that I say might invoke an emotional trigger for you, and I understand that.
That's okay.
And in that aspect,
that's okay.
I do apologize.
Nah.
No, I don't like the fact that you don't like it.
Right, but that's not.
But I'm not saying
that's not why I said it.
Correct.
I didn't say it to make you feel worse or bad or
Because
whatever it is.
I think the rebuttal then becomes, or usually the response is, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
I get it all the time. You're a jerk. You're an asshole. But that's not my goal. My goal is never to be that.
It's to give you power back.
I want to. Yes.
It's to give you feel you. And I'm saying this generally. You feel that you don't have power or control in this particular area, so excuses, blah blah blah, whatever it is, right? And when we say something, it feels, when we give you power back, when you had that responsibility back, there's often with that a feeling of shame. And that's not always a bad thing, right? It's because shame is what?
Shame is a powerful tool, is what I say.
Well, it's not always bad. Shame is usually felt when you're not doing things you know you should be doing.
Right.
And part of that is getting your shit back, getting your stuff back together.
I think the true balance when it comes to commitment is again knowing what you signed up for, knowing what you're committing to, right? So like if you're committing yourself to a healthier lifestyle,
it shouldn't be a burden.
It shouldn't be a burden. Why?
Oh.
So like you're asking yourself, why am I doing this? How are my family, my friends affected by doing this? How is my career affected? How is my life? The only thing that's inevitable in this world is that we're going to die. I know it's morbid. I know it sounds sucks. It sounds sucks. I said it sounds sucks. Right? It's terrible to say, and I know. But I think when you accept that fact, you can find all of the happiness and bliss in the living part of it. And understand that you have control over it. You have 100% control of how you decide to live your life. Anybody that tells you otherwise, shoot, go away. Like it doesn't make sense to me. Like if you're embarking on this journey, again, right now talking strictly fitness. If you're embarking on this journey and you are committed to whatever results that you've set out for yourself, the only one that's holding you back is you. I don't want to hear I don't have time. You do have time because you make time. You make time for the things that you value.
Oh man, that's a whole nother.
It is,
everybody has the same 24 hours, and then people are like, no, it's not the same if you stop.
So there does become a difference with people who have access to resources and tools.
I have a house to take care of. I have the relationship with my wife and the relationship with my child that have to come above a lot of other things, but my mental and physical well-being kind of has to sit just above them because I can't be for them or do for them if I'm not maintaining that. And that's very individual, right? I'm fortunate enough to be able to have the resources to prioritize my health and fitness above other things.
Correct.
Plain and simple. That's how I make a living. That's how I'm able to. I have abilities that I wouldn't have if I wasn't as strong as I am, and that helps me with family work, or that helps me provide for my family. So it's easy for me to say, easier. I don't like that. I'll just use it. It's easy for me to prioritize fitness over other things, given my situation. But I didn't say this was going to be fair. Like your commitments to whatever it is.
Life's not fair.
It's going to be harder for some of y'all than other people.
Shout out to Lion King.
That's okay. I just don't end up like Mufasa and you're cool.
Right. No, but I think that's what people in this day and age, and people in this day and age are looking for comfortability. Comfortability to me.
That's okay.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. But you can't ask for growth and comfortability and think that that's going to happen.
No.
It's on two opposing ends of the spectrum.
Absolutely.
So I think what ends up happening is a lot of you are going into this fitness journey expecting it to be comfortable. You're expecting it to be easy. You're expecting it just to get it. And it's not that way. Like the amount of, even with my craft, right? With understanding strength and conditioning, personal training, whatever you want to call it, the amount of time I've had to put in of reading, like nobody sees that part. You get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Nobody sees that. I would stay up 3 days in a row, no sleep. I'm on like umpteen amounts of caffeine to get in the amount of information that I need. I'm reading, I'm writing, I'm studying, I'm conversing, I'm having a dialogue.
There's also a level of it's like, so the level you're at requires a completely different level of commitment.
Correct.
Than somebody. You're just getting into fitness. It's as simple as you just have to do it.
Correct.
I didn't say that was easy.
Right.
Complexity and difficulty are completely different.
Ooh, spicy.
Isaiah's at a level of complexity that the difficulty is kind of insane.
Correct. So like I use that as an example. Like I have to know twice the amount that the average individual needs to know simply so I can now deliver this information in a manner of which that makes sense to the client.
To make it as easy as possible for you.
When I'm saying for general population, so when I say general population, I mean if you're watching this, you're on your fitness journey and you just want to look better naked, right? That's about the clearest way I could put it. You don't look.
That's a great goal.
You don't have It's not that you want to become a bodybuilder. It's not that you want to be better at sports. You might want to get a little strong, but you really only want to get strong because, well, it's probably the closest term that you know. It's a term that you're familiar with, right? You know that you probably can't lift heavy things, so you feel like I want to gain strength, which is okay. What I'm saying is now you're talking about changing your lifestyle, and you are now committing to that process. It's the process you're committing to, not the goal. The goal comes when the process is handled. Right? So if you commit yourself to the process, not the goal, you change your narrative and you change your perspective and you focus on all of the things that are conducive to you building or essentially succeeding in that goal.
I think we should define process, because people say process all the time. Like,
fair.
Just trust the process.
Fair. So when I refer to process, I'm referring to habits, right? So sleep, getting enough that makes sure that ensures that your cognition or your thinking processes are up to par with whatever your activity is, like your day-to-day career, your interactions with your coworkers, your interactions with family, friends is at a high level, right? Meaning that you're getting adequate training frequency. So, which adequate, again, is up to the individual. It starts to wherever it is that you're on your journey. If you're a beginner, it's probably going to be less working up to.
I'm going to condense everything that you're about
to say. Please
do,
because I was about to go on a whole tangent.
The ideas and actions and applications of all of the things necessary in order to get you to your goal. That's the process. The process is the ideas, the actions, and application of the ideas, the information.
Work. Is that fair to say? The work.
And it's not even trust the process. It's understand the process. It's not just trust. It's understand it.
Ooh.
Because trust the process means that's in someone else's hands. Here, take the wheel.
That's true.
Nah, you better hold on tight. You hit the gas, you hit the brake when we need to. And you better signal when we switch lanes.
Right. Oh man, I definitely didn't signal when I switched from here. But I think this. I personally think that this conversation is important to have simply because, again, highlighting the fact that I don't think a lot of people truly do, going back to what you said, understand what's required.
And it's not all your fault, but it is your responsibility to manage, right?
Yeah, I do blame the fitness industry for making it seem as if
a lot of y'all out there who are putting barriers in front of people who don't need that. Like it's ridiculous.
I'm gonna take a step to the right, a lateral step, if you will, to say if any of the people that you look up to on your fitness journey say that the process is easy, the process is fast, here's a hack or a tip or a trick. These are all buzzwords, and the buzzwords are designed to get your attention. My lips are mad ashy, bro. You really gonna tell me my lips are ashy?
It's grainy. They can't really see.
Nah, I can tell. Hold up. Let me get the little Well, like, nobody's
Got to
gonna
do the
tell me.
LL. I got
Get the. Nobody's gonna tell me. Y'all forget all y'all. But if any of them tell that there's a hack, a tip, a trick, an easy way,
you a liar.
do this, yo, they're really trying to swindle you because, and this is again not an attack, but you don't know any better. You don't know enough. Or to be fair, maybe you do, and then maybe you truly do in your heart of hearts believe that what they're saying to you is possible.
No,
They might have even.
don't.
Well, so no, because I'm saying, because think
No,
about it. Think about
I've
it.
been there. I've been there.
So
No, you
imagine.
don't. You know this doesn't work.
I'm saying.
You know it doesn't work.
But you want it to. That's what I'm
want it
saying.
to.
But that's what I'm saying.
desperately want it to.
You're holding on to that light
That shit breaks my heart.
because what happens
that's
is
why we do this.
right. Like
that shit breaks my heart.
Because it's like, hey, try this exercise and then get a 6-pack.
Nah.
There's so much more into that. But they say it to you because you truly do want to believe that this is the way.
Because they're preying on your insecurities.
Right. So then you go, oh,
Which is why we don't like
because it usually full circle. Y'all see that, right? But nah, it goes back to it ends up being them saying, hey, I have the answer for you. Now pay me whatever the fee is, and then I'll give you the answer.
Nah, you tune in. We're just gonna give you answers.
I'm just here to give you information, right? At some point, yes, it would be cool to host some of these and maybe have a sponsorship or something. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we got a strength class starting up.
Oh, shout out to Tati.
I believe it's ladies only camp.
It is a ladies only.
Ladies only camp. Barbell, compound movement, strength work. Pretty strong. Shameless plug.
Right. Go check out Tatiana.
Absolutely.
With Eshell Fitness. She got all the details.
She delivers a much more pleasant tone to how we deliver. I understand we're a little abrasive. She's much more pleasant. What is it? What would Tati do?
What would WWTD? What would Tati do? But you do need that sometimes so again, my philosophy is that like you probably have enough people in your life who are condoning.
You got enough yes men.
Yeah.
Or women, or people. You have enough yes people. Cool.
And I understand, depending on who you are, where you are in your journey, you might need the subtle approach. You might. It truly might. But if you've tried or have had the subtle approach and it's not working, you know what they say the definition of insanity is?
Smooth don't make smooth, bro. Abrasive makes smooth.
I'm going to take that as a sandpaper reference.
Something like that.
So, like, you need something rough to smooth something out.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
And you can't take something smooth. Do you rough it out with something smooth?
No, smooth don't make smooth.
But if I hit something with it,
that's abrasive. That's what it smooth don't make smooth.
I said what I said. We're not gonna get into physics, right?
Oh man. Yeah.
All in all, that's we gotta.
We held y'all up long enough talking your ear off. But things you need to hear.
Facts. Just to kind of again package this thing up. On your fitness journey, you're going to have moments where you're not going to want to be committed.
You're going to feel like your commitment is being tested. That's not what's happening.
You're going to feel as if all of the work,
you just have to work harder with your commitment.
That you're putting in, right, is ineffective. And I'm saying you're just wait it out. I'm telling you, there's benefits.
Work.
Yeah. When I was saying wait it out, it was referring to the quitting. If that point you feel like you truly need to, that's when you have your reevaluation on whether or not that goal or whatever it is really worth the effort that you're putting in.
Don't make big decisions from an emotional standpoint. When you take these hits, when you take these perceived blows to waiver your commitment, or that may waiver your commitment, keep pushing.
Keep pushing.
Because you don't have to start again if you never quit.
Yeah. So they said they have I'm gonna leave you guys with an acronym it says push, and it says pursue until something happens.
I like that.
So always push through. So with that being said, guys, we're always here. Questions, comments, concerns, feel free to message us. What was that? What was that, like the like box? Like message me? Like, what's the hit the like button? It's not YouTube, bro.
Hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell. Hey man,
maybe we can upload these to YouTube. I'll try to do that later. But guys, if it don't move, don't work. Peace. Oh, and enjoy your weekend. Sign up for Tati's class and all that other good stuff. All right, do that.
We'll post that up.
We'll get something up. And tell a friend to tell a friend. I don't know if it's still going.